The sweetest revenge. When Sarah's message popped up on my phone that evening, I froze. Going on a trip with my ex, don't be jealous. It wasn't just the words, it was the arrogance dripping from them. For 4 years, I had been patient, understanding, and loyal. I worked overtime, paid the bills, and tried everything I could to keep our relationship steady. And now, here she was, casually announcing a romantic getaway with the same man she once cried over. The same man she swore had shattered her beyond repair. I stared at the screen, chest tight, hands cold. Did she really think I'd just smile and wave as she packed her bags for someone else? A bitter laugh escaped me. For months, I had noticed the subtle changes. Her phone always flipped face down when I entered the room. Late-night whispers. Sudden excuses to stay out. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was just being paranoid. But now, she had written the truth herself, shamelessly. It wasn't a request for permission. It was a mockery. As if I was some fool who'd wait quietly while she had her little fling and came back when she was done. She expected jealousy. Maybe even a desperate plea to stay. But I wasn't going to give her that satisfaction. My fingers trembled as I typed back. Don't worry. I won't be here when you get back. I didn't overthink it. I didn't rewrite it. I just hit send and felt a strange calm wash over me. For once, I had flipped the script. I could almost picture her smirk turning into confusion as she read my reply. She was used to holding the power. Used to me swallowing my pride just to keep the peace. But not this time. My words weren't a bluff. They were a promise. That night, I packed quietly. Every shirt folded neatly. Every drawer emptied without a trace. As I looked around the apartment, our so-called love nest, I realized how many red flags I had ignored. Her perfume still lingered on the couch cushions. The framed photos showed her smiling wider than I ever had. It all felt fake now. Staged. By midnight, my bags were in the car. I wasn't acting out of anger alone. This was clarity. Sarah thought she had me cornered, that she could toy with my emotions while keeping me as her safety net. She had no idea her little message had shattered the illusion she held over me. The next morning, my phone lit up with message after message. At first, they were playful. Wait, what do you mean you won't be here? Then came confusion. Are you seriously upset about this? It's just a trip. And finally, panic. Where are you? Answer me, please. I didn't respond. I was already on the highway, leaving behind not just the apartment, but the years of sacrifice and compromise. The countless times I'd put her happiness above my dignity. My silence said more than any words ever could. I found a small place across town. Nothing special, but peaceful. For the first time in a long time, I felt light. No more guessing her moods. No more walking on eggshells. No more waiting for affection that rarely came. Freedom tasted strange, sharp, almost bitter, but it was mine. 2 days later, my friend Jason called. His voice held a mix of disbelief and pity. Man, Sarah's blowing up everywhere. She's telling people you left her over a harmless trip. Says you overreacted. I laughed, but there was no humor in it. Harmless? She went on vacation with her ex. What did she expect me to do? Send them flowers? Jason went quiet for a moment. Then he said something that stuck with me. Honestly, everyone can see what she did. She's just embarrassed you didn't play the role she expected. You didn't beg. You didn't fight. You walked away. That's what's eating her up. He was right. Sarah thrived on control. The drama, the chaos, the endless apologies. Those were her tools to keep me tethered. But I hadn't given her a stage this time. I'd left her in silence. And that silence was louder than any argument we could have had. Later that week, she showed up at my new place. I didn't let her in. Through the door, her voice cracked, swinging from anger to desperation. You can't just walk away from everything we built. It was just a trip. I needed space. I needed clarity. Don't throw us away over this. But her words rang hollow. Where was her need for space when she leaned on me to pay her rent? When she borrowed my car for her errands? When she cried on my shoulder about how cruel the world was?
No.
The only time she needed space was when her ex showed up. I stood there listening unmoved. This wasn't about love anymore.
It was about respect.
And once that's gone, there's no rebuilding it. Days turned into weeks. Her messages grew shorter, colder, sharper. What started as please became, "You never really loved me. You're heartless. I bet you were just waiting for an excuse to leave." But her words didn't sting anymore. For once, I could read her barbs without feeling pierced. She was unraveling. And I was finally free. I threw myself into work, into rebuilding my routine. I rediscovered the parts of myself I had lost while bending around her needs. I hit the gym again, caught up with friends I'd neglected, even started taking quiet evening walks, without explaining where I was going or when I'd be back. That freedom, the simple act of existing without guilt or scrutiny, was priceless. One evening, Jason sent me a screenshot from Sarah's social media. It was a picture of her and her ex, captioned with something like, "Sometimes love never dies." But the comments told another story. People called her out, questioned her judgment, mocked her for chasing something that had already failed. I didn't comment, didn't message her, didn't even feel angry. I just closed the screen and smiled. The universe has its own way of revealing the truth. A month later, she appeared again at my door. This time, she wasn't angry. She was broken. Her voice trembled as she spoke. The trip didn't go the way I imagined.
He hasn't changed.
The old fights came back. The same wounds opened up. I made a mistake. You were the stable one. The one who truly cared. Please give me another chance. I looked at her for a long time. There was a time when those words would have meant everything. But not anymore. Now, they were just too late. "I did love you," I said softly. "But love isn't enough when respect is gone. And you made your choice when you got on that plane. I made mine when I walked away." Her eyes filled with tears. But I didn't waver. She left that night. And I closed the door behind her. Not in anger, not with regret, but with finality. For the first time in years, I wasn't chasing. I wasn't fixing. I wasn't waiting. I was simply living. And that, I realized, was the sweetest revenge.